in a graduate school program, and when I tell people that, they're like, you're teaching graduate school, right? You're not in the program, you're teaching graduate school. I'm like, no, really, I'm in graduate school. Okay. All my life I wanted to be, I wanted to get a graduate degree, but I looked at what there was out there and I was like, you are not the MBA type. You don't want to go for another degree in English. I did my undergrad in English and health and became a medical writer editor, and so a technical medical writer editor is kind of where I've been. And this particular master's program gripped me so hard, I was like, gotta do it. I mean, why would somebody in my age bracket do something they didn't want to do? I mean, finally, if you are, like, when you get started, you're like trying things and, experimenting a little bit. As you get older, you have all these experiences, and you get to the point where you really don't want to do a whole lot of things that are going to make you really miserable. Well, this program has 6 core disciplines to it. And the ones that I'm finding most interesting are Adlerian psychology and neuroscience. And what I'm going to talk about is something that I'm learning about currently. And the title of the speech is Stinkin' Thinkin'. And it's about negative self-talk. And I don't know how many of you know that a lot about Freud, but Freud had this idea that a lot of what we do every day is motivated by our unconscious, which means that if we're not aware, we have no idea what's driving us. Now, if you think about it, that's pretty scary stuff, because we all like to think, oh, we're decision makers and we know what we're doing and all this kind of thing. Well, Freud was one of the first to bring up the idea that really we're not as in control as we might think we are. Now, one thing we're doing in this program is we're studying how the mind is affected, and the more you study and the more you do the same behavior, the more your brain gets in a groove, and the more you keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So there's this thing that, and this is a highly technical term, stinkin' thinkin'. So what it really is negative self-talk. And in negative self-talk, we're all talking to ourselves all day long about one thing or the other. And you need to become aware of what's going on in your brain so that you can use what you learn about by being conscious to change the concept. And I'm going to go back to what Dan was talking about. When he's talking about working out, I mean, how many of us have this idea in our head, oh my God, I'm going to go work out now, this is really at the end of a work day, I'm going to put myself through this. Stinkin' thinking, okay, that's negative self-talk. Dan just brought it up. My way of dealing with that is I get it over in the morning when I still have energy, and I have this great person I'm working out with who's like helping me with this thing that I initially thought, I don't know if this is really possible, but I'm going to be on my edge here, go for the growth mindset, see if I can do it, and if you get the right coach, it's always helpful. So this idea of turning around your thinking and becoming aware, oh, I could never do that. It's really all about facing your fear. What would my fear be? Well, I look stupid, I waste time, I not enjoy it, there's all these things that go on in your head. And this is over everything. I mean, think about it. Oh my God, it's going to be 8 degrees tomorrow. How am I going to get through it? So we do this about all kinds of things. And the idea is to become highly aware that you're doing it, and then rethink it and counter it with something positive. Now, I grew up in Normal, Illinois. My dad was a salesman. He had an extremely positive attitude. And he trained us to smile all the time, which I've had to unlearn to an extent. I still smile a lot. But he trained us to have a positive attitude. And I didn't understand his idea about this, but it was always have a smile on your face, be positive, you can do it. So I grew up with this anyway. There are things that you can do to counter fear, and that's what you've got to learn how to do. And that will be the topic of my next speech.